Hello YouTube, and welcome to, I guess, what I would call a catch-up update. It's been a while, a couple years, but I've actually been, fairly productive in between. So as you can see, this is my new channel, Cornell Custom Trains. The old Markham train fan obviously doesn't work because I'm not in Markham anymore. So, little change up, obviously, because it's gonna be, new location, new layout, new everything. So, I mean, for what the old layout was and for what the old channel was, I'm very appreciative to all my subscribers, all my viewers, all your suggestions, comments throughout the years, It really helps, I really appreciate it. And, I just want to say thank you to everybody. So, this is my new channel, Cornell Custom Trains, and as you can see, there's quite a few things here going on. So, just want to say, big thanks to a whole bunch of people. Not really gonna name names, but definitely took a lot of work for Tony over at TrainsCanada to get these Go units painted up. So if you can see in one of my earlier videos, these things were, I think, Metrolink, and then that was I think Utah Roadrunner or something. So, I mean, he took some time, but in my opinion, he did an absolute awesome job on these things. I mean, I wasn't going to go crazy to the point where, I was going to remodel the cab car to match the 300 series cab cars or anything like that. So, I just had him, strip it and paint it as he did for this one. But, I mean, I think he did a absolute outstanding job. He had to do all custom decals for it, obviously, because nobody makes them. Even all the way down to the little Metrolink logo as well. Then obviously the prize possession. So I think he did an absolute amazing job. I'll actually give that guy over there a run in a few minutes, but as you can see behind it, this will kind of be my representation on the layout of how I'm going to do my Toronto Union Station. So it'll be, how Union is. I'm not going to go as fancy as the walkways or stuff, but then the platforms will be elevated and they'll be like, a road to simulate Bay Street and all that stuff. And these will be obviously in behind and elevated up a bit more. So can't take credit for the Union Station structure. That was actually done by the guy that's on eBay that sells all the pre-built and pre-weathered structures. Comments, he builds his buildings very well. He packages them even better. So, I mean, I'm up in Canada and he's down in the States, and I mean, he's only in Michigan, but I mean, even just cross-border, a lot of things can get screwed up. So those are actually the hanging things there. I just haven't put them on yet. So, I mean, obviously any of the fine detail he doesn't put on when he ships them, so that's awesome because nothing gets broken. I've actually gotten several structures off him so far, and they've all come in, 100% intact, nothing wrong, nothing broken, so kudos to him. I'll mention his name in the comments because personally, I can't remember right now. Moving on a little bit, the platforms I can take credit for. I actually built them and painted them myself, and then obviously you'll recognize a whole bunch of these figures and stuff from my old layout. I just kind of harvested them before I destroyed the Coldwater River and planted them here. So as you can see, that's why they're actually kind of supported, because I put in the tunnels, because obviously can't cross tracks, the Go cops will yell at you for that. So that'll end up being my representation of Union Station. So it'll be 4 tracks, 1 on the side, 2 in the middle either side, and 1 at the end. And that's pretty much the best I can do. But moving on, if anybody wants to know what color the green is there, it's actually the Tamiya light green. And funny enough, there are a couple chips. My son was actually playing with my Go trains the other weekend, and so there are a couple chips in the lime green, and funny enough, this actually matched it perfectly. So that's probably what he used, but just thought I'd mention that, because that's also what I used to paint the posts and the underside. Like I said, moving on, my son was playing with my trains, so unfortunately the sunshades of that guy got ripped off, so I had to glue them back on, and then when I glued them back on, they were horrible white blobs, so I actually just gave it a quick weathering. A little bit of chalk, a little bit of airbrush, a little dull coat, and away we went. This guy's out here just because I threw a loc sound decoder in there. Yeah, nothing special. But the special part of the update really is right here. I got the new NARC Canada 150 hoppers. Typical NARC, the only thing really special about them is the Canada 150, but I mean, I pre-ordered them, and the shelf of what was left for people that didn't pre-order was pretty much empty. I think there was one set of CPs left. So they came in CP, they came in CN. Absolute amazing detail here. And again, typical NARC, nothing damaged, nothing broken. All the ends of the cars are just absolutely spectacular. I'm using my Galaxy S7 to film this, so bear with me with the autofocus, and there is no zoom. So I mean, as you can see, I've been busy collecting still, and just started building and assembling stuff again, i.e. the platforms back there. So without further ado, I think I'll fire up that locomotive there and give her a run for y'all. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That was the Tsunami Echo 21 pin. And again, there is a difference between the loc sound 21 pin, which is European standard, which is what any manufacturer that uses loc sound as their OEM decoder, they will be using the loc sound 21 pin decoder pinout, which is different from the Soundtrax one. One's NEM and one's NMRA standard. So just gotta be careful with that. I got screwed, so I'm missing some lighting functions, obviously, on my locomotive, but you know, for the most part, it looks good enough. Nobody's ever gonna make one of these in production, and as far as I'm concerned, that paint job looks almost as good as a factory one would. So I mean, you know, you get what you pay for. I paid, you know, decent amount, and I got a really good product. So again, thanks to Tony over at TrainsCanada. You did a hell of a job, buddy. So that's pretty much it for this update. I'm coming up to about 10 minutes. So until next time, see you around, have fun, and enjoy.